this is the crux of the matter, is would we be safer, would the world be safer if there are 0 nuclear weapons as opposed to a world where there are some nuclear weapons? And I think the answer is, to me, is that the world is likely to be safer with some nuclear weapons under appropriate regimes of arms control and so forth, than a world with no nuclear weapons. And the reason I say that is because the knowledge of how to build a nuclear weapon is now widespread. So in a world where no one has nuclear weapons, I think you'd have sort of a hair-trigger situation where everybody who had the knowledge, and that would include the US, China, Russia, North Korea, Pakistan, India, and the list goes on, Iran, everyone who had the knowledge to make nuclear weapons, to develop and make nuclear weapons, would be on a hair-trigger to produce them at the slightest hint or the slightest suspicion that someone else was doing the same thing. And every crisis would become a nuclear crisis in the sense that how fast can I produce a nuclear weapon so that I could dominate the opponent. So I think, in my view at least, a world with 0 nuclear weapons, I mean, while this sounds like a worthy goal, would be a more dangerous world than a world with some. At a strategic level, the fact that the United States has nuclear weapons, as does Russia and China, produces a measure of strategic stability that would not be there if there were no nuclear weapons. I mean, the chance of a major war among these powers would be greater if there were not the restraint induced by the nuclear weapons and the stability at a strategic level that those weapons produce. I mean, I think it's probably an uncomfortable truth and maybe an inconvenient truth, but the security of the United States is underpinned by nuclear weapons. And global security and the relations among the great powers is underpinned by nuclear weapons. And I think that's not likely to change soon.